Welcome to Did You Know? But first, it's bong docking time! Welcome to Did You Know? Episode 10. And of course, let's get started on these warnings. And of course, the cannabis health warnings messages in this part applies to the edible. Remember that because these guys are nuts. Anyways, so edible cannabis products. It's amazing what we'll find out. Okay, we're going to start out with this warning. The higher the THC, the greater the risk of adverse effects. These effects can include paranoia, anxiety, and dependency. Okay, so what I had to think about is okay, where do we sit on this? It does make sense what they're saying, and I can agree on 2 points easily because the common side effects of greening out do have anxiety or feeling dizzy or lightheaded or disoriented or paranoid or whatever the hell you want to add in there. It doesn't really matter. But I don't know anywhere does it ever say you're going to become dependent. You green out, you may never even touch it again. So it's ridiculous. I don't understand. When we're talking edibles, they should know better to say shit like this. Next, cannabis can be addictive. The higher the THC, the greater the risk. Again, what are we talking? Cannabis, my ass. It's edibles. We're on the edibles. You're just making stuff up. That's why, look, the effects of acute marijuana intoxication have everything but addictive in there. Incredible. Incredible. This is cocaine. This is meth. This is this is bad stuff. That's why it's addictive. Wow. Wrong. It's necessary. Now, do not use cannabis if pregnant or breastfeeding. Using cannabis can harm your baby's growth and development. Okay. So a doctor prescribes cannabis to a patient and decides that instead of smoking it, they're going to go with a edible. And it's monitored, and that's bad? Like, this doesn't make sense. It's just it has to be monitored. It's a different way of consuming. If the patient was a smoker, then yeah, you're going to have to get used to how much you need in the edible department. But if you were always in the edible department and the doctor knew of it, you had your prescription and everything, you took your gummies before you went to bed or whatever your routine was, the doctor knows about it. So of course he would monitor it through and advise you if there's issues. But this doesn't make sense. There's many women that have had children that have been under cannabis use, and the world isn't falling apart. Especially edibles. This is so much supposedly safer than if you're smoking it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. So, anyways, we'll just recap on these edibles. Okay, It's very important to remember that when you green out, you don't want to do it again. You don't like it. Number two, if how would I say it? If you're not happy, or you got anxieties, or you got dry mouth, or you're just all these other things, that's not being addictive. It's maybe being contented. And then last but not least, if you're under the care of a doctor and edibles are the way to go, I'm glad you're not worried about these warnings, because they would be a lot safer than maybe smoking. And that's why we have doctors. Be one with your cannabis medicine. Unlock the healing powers. See you on the next one. Take care. And Weed Shop Winnie says,